Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie and this is the Get to Know the Romance Reader tag. Well, I was tagged, first of all, by Bree, who is amazing. If you're not following her over on her blog, you need to go check it out. It's called Falling for Romance. I will have the link down in the description box. And she's amazing. She wanted to sort of do a original tag for romance readers, and I was like, yes, let's do this, you know, give me the questions and let's get on to it. So she went ahead and did it. She posted over on her blog. Like I said, go check that out, check out her answers. But in it pretty much deals with you as a reader, how you came into reading romance, because romance is blowing up. I mean, you guys may not want to admit it, but it really is blowing up here on BookTube. And I love these questions. I love that she tagged me, and I appreciate her for coming up with all of the interesting things that I'm going to talk about today. So let's just get into her original tag. It's called Get to Know the Romance Reader. And as you guys know, I am a diehard romance reader, so these questions are gonna give you guys a little bit of an insight into how I read, or how I became the romance reader that I am. So question number one is, what is my romance origin story? And pretty much this ties into my origin reader story as well. And my husband gifted me with a Kindle in 2011, I believe it was, time frame, or maybe it was earlier than that, but it was right around that time, because I was going to college, and some of the college courses said that I could get the books electronically. So he thought, oh, I can have my textbooks instead of ordering these huge chunky textbooks. I could have a Kindle and be able to ebook, you know, read and stuff like that. So that is why I bought a Kindle. And then once I did buy that Kindle, or he bought that Kindle for me, once I got that, I started reading the 50 Shades trilogy, and from there it was just like downhill, because I was like, I read that one, fell in love with it, was so just enthralled in that story, and it took me down a rabbit hole, and I have been in romance ever since. Question number two is, if I could be the heroine in any romance novel, who would I request to be the author, and what is one trope that I would insist on being in the story? So this is kind of a hard one, because I love Alethea Roman. She writes amazingly twisted, dark romances, but I don't know that I would want to be a heroine in a twisted, dark romance, because she really does torture her female characters. She tortures some of her male characters as well. They all have like tortured heartbreak of a storyline type thing going on, but at the same time, I like how twisted and dark it is. Another author that I would love to be like a character in one of their books is Kennedy Ryan. But with Kennedy Ryan, she brings this realistic aspect to it that is just like, oh my goodness, heartbreak, wrenching, make me cry, be all in my feelings type thing. So I don't know that I would want to be a heroine in a realistic contemporary either. So that now brings us to my rom-com queen of Megan Quinn. I think I would want to be a heroine in one of Megan Quinn's books, because her rom-com books are funny. They are so hilarious, and they have this like the heartbreak of the plot for our characters is usually not super heartbreaking. There is one duet that she did that I was just like, my heart just hurt for like 4 books, and I just couldn't take it. But for the most part, most of her books are funny, super laugh out loud funny, and they also have like this heart to them as well. And then, you know, your couple gets their happy ending, and it's a great journey. So I think I would have to go with Megan Quinn for this question. Question number 3 is, what is a romance that I've read or that you've read this year that I want more people to read? Oh my goodness. I guess I should have prepped this. So I'm going to go with When Ashes Fall by Marnie Mann. This story took me all kinds of different places. I mean, I sort of had a bit of a feeling about where it was going, but when it actually got to that reveal point, I was still completely floored by it. If you haven't figured out that I am very vague about this story, I think you should go into it extremely blind. I don't think you should read the reviews about it. I don't think you should read the synopsis to know exactly what's going on, or just be in the story with these characters and feel the emotions that come along with this story. I thought it was absolutely amazing. And also, just a note, make sure you read the author's note at the end of the story, because that's going to grab your heart as well. Question number 4 is, what is my favorite romance subgenre, and what subgenre have I not read much of? So my favorite sub-romance genre would have to be dark romance. I am here for the dark, twisted, taboo stuff. I mean, like, serious. I will stay up at night to finish a book because it's dark and twisted and crazy, and I will private message the author and be like, yo, you just put me on a trip. I mean, like, seriously. I'm down for that type. And the one that I haven't read a lot of, that I wouldn't say that I don't particularly care for it, but I would have to say Christian romance. I'm not a big Christian romance fan. I like to have the dirty deed explained to me. I'm not a big fan of the closed door sex scene. The fade to blacks, not a fan. Not a fan. I mean, like, once or twice within the story, but then you have other scenes that are semi-graphic, or, you know, a tease or hint to give a little bit more description to the sexy times. I'm here for that. But to have completely just no sex whatsoever, not even a hint to it, fade to black, closed, not a fan. Not really a fan. So I kind of shy away from that type of romance. Question number 5 is, who is one of my authors, romance authors? Yeah, so that list is long and super extensive. I mean, I have shelves back there of people that just have their name on the book, and I'm like trying to go buy it. But there are a couple authors, so I'm going to revamp this question for myself to, you know, give you guys a little bit of insight into me personally. But I try to get on and, like, really, really follow Alethea Roman, Corinne Michaels, Kennedy Ryan, and Megan Quinn to get on their art team so that I can get their books first. Those authors, I will drop pretty much everything that I'm doing. If I'm in the middle of another book and they're like, hey, Stephanie, the arc is on its way, or the arc is on your Kindle, I will drop everything that I'm doing and I will go and read their books, because I just love them so much. I have not really found a book that they have disappointed me in and have been like, I don't know if I can read their books anymore. Nope, they are always a hit for me. Question number 6 is, how do I typically find my romance recommendations? So I have been reading romance since 2012, and when I first started, I used the Amazon recommendation sort of listing that you see at the bottom of their page when you're on a book, if I read the book, or things like that. I'm a huge cover buyer, so if I see a pretty cover, I'm like all here for it. But now that I've been in the romance game for quite some time, not as long as some other people, but since I've been doing this, I like to read the people that I'm going to see when I go to signings, so that's sort of how I get my recommendations. Ooh, question number 7 is, what is an upcoming romance release I'm excited for? So I am looking forward to the 3rd book in the Tangled web series by Alethea Roman. Kennedy Ryan has a new book coming out. I believe it's called Power. I can't wait for that release. Megan Quinn has 2 books coming out this year. I don't remember the names of them. If I can find the covers, I'll put them in here. Oh, and Rachel Robinson has a new CO book coming out that I'm excited for as well. Question number 8 is, what is one misconception about romance you would like to put to rest? Oh my goodness. The fact that romance supposedly does not have any substance and it's all fluffy and that it is rainbows and flowers at all times. Bullshit. Oh my goodness. Pretty much every single author that I have talked about in this video gives you something completely different. Oh my goodness. They give you heartbreak. They give you darkness. They give you taboo. They give you kink. They give you so much more than just hearts and flowers. I think for romance, if you can go on an emotional ride with a couple, then it's gonna be amazing. I mean, the one rule in romance is to have a happily ever after or happily for now. That happily for now or happily ever after does not necessarily have to be a baby, doesn't have to be a marriage, doesn't have to be, 50 years down the road, the couple's still together. I don't need all that. If the emotional ride is there, I am so here for it. And romance, especially the indie romance world, brings it. So if you are looking for that, or if you really want that, oh my goodness, you need to like get into the indie world. It can be a little petty at times, but get into the indie world. Your eyes and the things that romance bring is gonna blow your mind. Question number 9 is, who is the most recent romance reading content creator that I have come across that I'd like to give a shout out to? So I have 3 of them for you. The first one is Chandler Ainsley. Now, she has been on the scene about the same amount of time that I have, if not less. But she is a young voice, and I appreciate the fact that she does not she seems like she's older than her age. And even though she reads the older more adult, smutty, sexy novels that I read, some that are similar, we have had similar opinions about those novels. So I appreciate that. And I always love to hear her snarky sort of comments about the books that she reads. Brandy Janae's bookshelf, Brandy. She is another African-American booktuber that I found through Lauren from the novel Lush. And I love her because she's reading similar books that I am, as well as similar books as Lauren is. So I get the best of both worlds. I'm getting a little bit of Lauren in Brandy, and she's also reading romance that I'm reading. And I love to hear others' opinions about the same romances that I'm reading. As well as Joy from HEA Novel Thoughts. And she is new to the scene. She's had a blog for a while. I believe she works with a team. I'm not exactly sure. But they did just start their channel, and she is, trying to build up her subscribers, and she reads a lot of the same books that I do. And I love hearing other people's opinions about the same books that I am reading, and to see, if we differ, or if we can discuss about it, if we can have a conversation about it, things we like, things we didn't like, things like that. So I will leave a link for all of their channels down in the description box if you want to go check them out as well. So make sure you do that. And question number 10 is the first 3 romances that come to mind that a new romance reader should check out. I would say check out Co-Wrecker from Megan Quinn. It's a light sort of rom-com about, having that girl that you see that you kind of want, and doing funny things to get her, and then it starts into a series of standalone books. If you are looking for new adult romances, check out anything by Ilsa Madden Mills. I just finished the Hookup, I think it's called the Hookup series. She has 2 books out in that. It's I Dare You and I Bet You. Those are 2 amazing new adult stories. They're funny, they're sweet, they're sexy. I say check them out because they're amazing. And the last book I'm going to go with is Home Run King by Stella. This is a baseball story that is fun, it's sexy, and it deals with lifelong friends. That is the Get to Know Your Romance Reader tag. Thank you, Bree, for tagging me. It was lots of fun. I hope you guys learned a little bit, and I hope you will go check out some of the books that I talked about in this video. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys later.